fucking out of here. Fuck this.
All right, so that's recording. And I'm saving mine in my computer because you can save it on the Zoom thing or it saves in your computer.
Oh, gotcha. Right on. Cool.
Now it's
good stuff. So yeah, that
anyway.
Good thing we're doing this, dude. Good thing we're doing this chat a couple weeks or a week and a half after the shit went down up at the lake.
Oh yeah, right. So yeah, go ahead.
That was not cool. It was not cool. I mean, you know where I go. I've told you where I go. I'm not going to tell anybody else. I'm not going to make it public where I'm at, but you know, it's obviously on the island, but yeah, just heading to my lake, my favorite lake, and just going to do a day of fishing. And it was just daylight as I got to the lake because it's about 7K into it. And what's that?
How are you traveling?
I was hiking. You got to hike into it.
Oh, you got to hike in 7.
You got to hike in 7K.
That's a long walk out to have somebody walk with you.
That's a long walk out when you're alone trying to get back to your side-by-side after shitting your pants.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got in there just before daylight and well, just as it was getting daylight. And I mean, it was whatever, it was a beautiful day, but I was literally probably 50 yards from where my wife and I were a couple years or a year ago or 2 years ago or whatever, and the same fucking thing happened. And it just, I heard, you know, you're walking, right? You can hear yourself. And I thought I heard a loud thump, like a big bang. So I stopped and I listened and I heard more. And I heard like bang, 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 3 loud and fucking loud. And like, you know, when you've like stumbled on a grizzly or whatever and they startle you and you just go, hey, like, you know what I mean? Like you're just like that instant, hey, reaction. That's what I did. I just like, as soon as I heard, I went, hey, and I yelled and then I grabbed my camera and I yelled again. And when I yelled the second time, I heard more bang, bang again. But there was also, there was some kind of a noise, like, and I don't know if you, like, on the recording that I've got, like it's a 12-second clip or whatever, and 13-second clip, you can hear something there, but it was, you know, the sound of like a big bull moose when they're 100 yards from you and they just do that real deep boom like that. That's the sound I heard 2 or 3 times, and I heard it clearly. And that's what really freaked me out is I heard that with the bangs, and I had my camera going, and as soon as I heard, and then I heard bang bang, and then the third bang at the end, whatever was either getting hit or being used to hit, it sounded like it broke. Like it sounded like a big snap, like a crack, like a big branch. And then at the end, there was like another big kind of like grunt, really deep. And like I say, I could hear it clear as a bell. And that's when I just went, I'm fucking out of here. Like I'm gone. And the thing that scared me the most was like, you know, that area, like and you can see in the video, like it's not open timber, but it's not thick. It's not like the hair on a dog's back. You can see in there probably 50 to 75 yards. And that fucking noise was right there, man. Like I was looking right where I should have seen whatever's making the noise.
Right.
But there was nothing there. Like I could, and I'm going, well, fuck, where, like, what is going on? Where is this? Because it's right fucking there. And then when I yelled, there's one bang in here, and then there's one bang 30, 40 yards to my right.
Yeah.
And I'm going, fuck, and I got to go back that way on the road, like back up to where the deactivated road was, right? And I just was like, I'm fucking out of here. And I didn't have, I mean, not that a gun's gonna do any good anyways, but I didn't have my defender or nothing. I had my fucking fly rod in my pack, and that's it.
I'm fucking out of here. Fuck this. Fuck. I'm fucking out of here. Fuck this.
You normally bring a gun in there?
I normally bring my Defender just for bears, and I, you know what? I had it in the side by side with me, and bears are out now, right? Because I saw a bear, and I didn't bring it, and I normally always do in there because they're always the road's all deactivated, and there's tons of grass and shit on there for them to feed, and I've seen them there all the time. So I normally bring the Defender. I didn't bring it this time, and again, not that it's going to do any good, but it was I'm not afraid to admit it, man. I'm not scared of much out there. Like I fucking sleep out where there's grizzlies walking right beside your tent. It doesn't bother me. I was like, I'm fucking. I said to myself the whole way out of there, I'm like, I'm done. I'm never going back here ever. Fuck this. I'm done. Like I don't need to fish that bad. That was fucking crazy. Like I was just like telling myself that's it. I'm done. And it took me. Like it took me. I still don't even know if I'll go back. To be honest with you, like
is that road in
I
there?
probably will.
Is that road grown in? What's left of the road? Is it grown in?
What's that?
Is the road, is the deactivated road?
No, it's not bad.
No?
Oh, no. It's pretty open. It's a good hike. I mean, you can see pretty well in there. There's areas that are really thick, but when you get towards the lake, it opens up quite a bit. So a lot of second growth in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was not very happy. I was pretty shook up.
So that was the same time a year that you and your wife went in there when that happened?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now, how many times?
It was about a year ago that her and I went in exactly the same thing. It was a little bit later in the day because she doesn't like to get up too early. But yeah, it's the exact same thing. And we had started walking down towards where the canoe is stashed, and we were in that second growth, and fucking whatever it was let loose about eight loud bangs. And that's when my wife was like, "What the hell is that?" And I'm like, "Well, I know what it wasn't. I know it wasn't a moose, and I know it wasn't an elk, and I also know that we're not going fishing today. We're fucking heading right back to the side by side." And we did, right?
Yeah. Well, is there any elk in there?
Lots. Yeah. I actually did a hike on the other side of the valley the week after that happened. The following weekend, I did a hike on the other side of the valley, which is only probably like 5K from there. I was on the other side of the valley, and I stumbled on a big herd. Well, not huge. Like there was like probably 7 or 8 of them in there, and I found a whole pile of elk hair, like something. But there was no wolf tracks. There was nothing there. It was just elk tracks. But I found 2 big handfuls of hair, and it was crazy, man. I actually brought it home because I was going to show you next time I saw you. I'm positive it's elk, but you know what it looked like? It looked like caribou mane hair. It was white and it was this long.
Yeah, well, they bleach out real good. Like I'm finding it all along where I'm fishing right now too, eh? So there's just
Are you?
It's coming out of their asses and shit like in clumps all over the place.
Yeah. I was surprised, but yeah, there's quite a few elk in there.
Oh yeah. Well, interesting. Yeah, well, you know, how many times have you been in there? How many times have you hiked in there?
I usually go in at least twice to 3 times a year for the past 12 or 14 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We used to be able to drive into it. We used to be able to drive right into it. And then about 6 years ago or 8 years ago, they deactivated the road bad. Like you can't even get a side-by-side in. They dug it out 20 feet deep, 20 feet across. And then I was talking to my buddy. I told you my buddy there that lives out in that settlement around there. He emailed me because he watched my YouTube, and he emailed me, and he used to go in there all the time. He used to fish there lots, and he fished there when he was a teenager and stuff. So yeah, I'll read you the email if you want, but like it was pretty wild when he emailed me. But he goes, "I haven't been in there in 10 years."
Well, how big are the fish in there?
They get up to 3-4 pounds cutthroat. There's rainbows in there too, but the cutties are beautiful.
Well, this is all I know about right there. I know a lot from the eastern zone from there, but I had a guy email me from Ukiah, and he's been chased out. So when you go up that main road, that's all I'm going to say is the main road to get to where you are, where you leave from, that main road. He said the community there is basically, it's almost like nightly. I saw Sasquatch on the way in again. And he got chased out on that first lake on the right when you're driving up the hill there, up the road. The
Oh
main road.
yeah.
He got chased out of that end of that lake one time, and somewhere up on the left too.
Is that right?
This guy's got a whole pile of slew of experiences, and he says, "Yeah, come on out, buy a coffee. I'll tell you all sorts of shit sometime, right?" As I'm looking off in the timber, it looks like something big and dark right now. Oh my god, I should close the
Well,
curtain.
it's wild.
Go
It's
ahead.
wild because this friend of mine from Tokwa there, he basically, when he emailed me, he's like we're going back 20 years, 25 years, and he's like, oh yeah, we've seen him up there. Like, I'm just gonna, I kept his email here, Steve. I'm gonna just read you a quick little, because it was pretty crazy. So he, as you know, we're doing a bunch of work out there and stuff. So anyways, he emailed me and he said, he calls me Clarky. He's always called me Clarky. So he says, Clarky, how the hell are you? You didn't stop for coffee when you were here fishing, you jerk. I saw your video from Blank Lake, and I'm so glad you didn't say where you were so everyone knows where they are. Too bad you and me never talked about them before now. But we both know, now that we both know, maybe we'll talk about it. It's not something you just talk to with anyone. People think you're nuts. The Bushman has been there since I was a teenager. Saw one in the river when we were there fishing one day. Saw two up on the rock bluffs at the end of the lake one day and heard them many times. If you want to actually see them, go there when the trout are spawning in the river. We've seen them in the river catching trout at the upper river. I think they're good ones. Please don't ever tell anyone where you are or where they live. We know they don't want to be around most people. You don't just see or hear them. They choose who sees and who hears them and when. I watched your other videos and see that you have had other encounters with them. They know you are there long before you know they are there. I don't think you have anything to worry about. If they wanted you dead, you'd be dead.
True.
And he goes, there's a lot of people here that seen them and hear them in different areas, just like you were just saying, and all over that area. We can talk over a beer next time you're out. Got lots of stories like you, I guess. They know you're there the minute you get out of your truck. So if they bang a tree, bang back to them. You sound scared on the video and they feel, you sound scared on the video and they know what you feel. Talk later.
There you
So
go.
I haven't had a chance to get a hold of him yet, but I'm gonna, because it's funny, like we see each other probably 6 or 8 times a summer. He fishes out there all the time. We chat, we bullshit. He's come to my place and had a beer, and it's never been discussed.
Yeah, I had a few friends like that too out in Pemberton. Same deal. And people you wouldn't have dreamt in a million years, like the characters I had, that they would have been the guys I would expect to be roused at, and all of a sudden they just came flat out online on a hunting forum and said, "Yeah, we've seen him." I'm like, "What?"
Isn't that wild?
Yeah, sounds like your buddy there. He's got some knowledge already.
I think so, yeah. And I'm pretty excited to sit down and actually chat with him now, right? Because
is it a white guy?
Yeah, I think no, he's native. He's a native fellow from the village there.
Crazy, eh? Yeah, well, I was thinking that earlier too. After you sent me that, it's like, you know what? I don't know if anybody's been physically harmed around this general area, but I have heard of a woman who allegedly communicates with them telepathy wise, whatever you want to call it, use telepathy. And she said there's some dangerous ones North Island.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she said there's dangerous ones North Island for sure. And I'm like, you know what? Whatever. You know, I just take in the information on the messenger and I relay it. So for me personally, for somebody to make that bold statement, I'm gonna go, all right, show me some receipts. Who got damaged? Who got hurt? Who got thrown across whatever, right? You know what I mean? unless
Yep.
unless she is legitimately in contact and they're not talking too nice to her. Maybe that's what it is. Who knows, right? But I was thinking about that. If that group of individuals there, and I'm pretty certain I've got a fair good idea where they're going and where they're coming from. And
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah, all across North America.
I think right over. Yeah.
Yeah, straight north.
I think right over the hill to the east there, right over the hill to the east. I think that whole area, and you know the exact place that the other settlement just over the hill to the east, southeast of where I am. There's a ton of activity there, and I think it's all that whole area. They just, I told you we worked there as well, and one of our workers said, "Man, you wouldn't believe the fucking stories I heard at night there, sitting around bullshitting with people." And I'm like, "Really?" And he goes, "Oh, fuck, like weekly."
Yeah, I ran into a young framer at Petra Canada last year, and he goes, "Oh, I've seen your videos." He's the next pump over. Oh yeah, he goes, "Yeah," and he's working out there. And he goes,
Oh yeah,
that's all. And he's not smiling at all. And he goes, "It's all I think about all day out there, man."
yeah.
Whatever.
I don't. It's kind of weird, man. I think that I think I said it to you before, right? Like, there's times where it doesn't bother me. Like, when I was away with my wife there a month or so back, we headed up into Lillooet there, and we had a few kind of fucking crazy sounds at night or whatever. And I'm like, whatever, right? Like, no, I wasn't worried about it. And I was fishing at that lake where this happened last year by myself, and one was pounding on the trees across the lake. Well, I felt protected because I was in the boat. Like, I'm in the middle of the lake. I'm like, okay, come and get me, right? But when this time, I don't know, it was just different. And I just and I think it was because I was so startled. I was so, and like level of awareness when it doesn't make sense, because I'm like right where you are. I'm like, okay, that's where the fucking bang is. It's right there. Like, it's loud, man. It's right there. Where the fuck is it? It's not 500 yards back in the timber. It was right there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm guessing inside of 100 yards, 50 to 100, like maybe 50 yards, 60 yards, something like that. Well, why? Like, was it behind a tree? What? Like, I don't know. That's what kind of startled me. I'm going, holy fuck. And then when I yelled, and like it went from 0 to 100 now. Like, it was like, holy shit.
Well, I wonder if it's true. It sounds like it's probably true, but I wonder if their reaction escalates with your emotions. What if they mirror? I wonder if they mirror your emotions with their reactions.
Right.
Maybe.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, and like my buddy said there, in his opinion, like, they know if you're scared, and they know if you're not scared, and they know if you got a gun and if you're not going to pull the trigger, like what happened to me 30 some odd years ago, right?
Oh, they know that.
I could easily squeeze the trigger, man.
Yeah, yeah.
And there would have been 220 grains right between that thing's eyeballs.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured that one out a long time ago. I figured that one out a long time ago when that guy was talking to us.
Yeah. So,
Oh, you're breaking up. Start again.
Yeah. I think all that stuff kind of makes a little bit of sense.
You just broke up the whole last sentence. You might
I think all that stuff makes a little bit more sense.
Yep.
All right.
Damn, you're breaking up. Losing you.
Hang on a second. Give me half a second here.
All right.
How's that, man? Is that any better?
Yeah, that's good.
I'll just stand a little bit closer to the door here. No, I think like things to me make a little bit more sense, like the more you sort of learn and listening to people too, right?
Well, that's the key, because as long as you're listening and taking it all in and storing it, then you get better, right? You get better at
That's
the shock goes away. You know how to feel, you know how to react, you know what's going down. Instead of, I don't know, like, I don't know how many people watch people sharing information and actually are taking it in and storing it, or are they just sitting here gazing at the screen looking to get entertained for an hour? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, give me 1 second. It sounds stupid, but good God, there's something since we sat here. It's bugging the shit out of me under the timber there. I just gotta go. Give me a sec. I just gotta look another angle to make sure because I can't stop looking.
Go for it, dude.
All right, I'm good. People are probably gonna laugh, but you know
You're
what?
good?
The shitty deal is that's how life goes after you see something like this.
Totally, man.
You know what's really weird with your background is when you walked away, you can see you walk away and then disappear into the wall on the video. Look bizarre.
That's cell service for you.
Yeah. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's, you know, I always tell everybody, you can't stop looking. Like there's something under that cedar tree over there. The whole time talking, I was looking up and down and comparing the top of the branches with this frickin' chunk down there. And I'm like, good God, that looks like a massive shoulder. And it sucks, but it sucks. That's what kind of pisses me off. And you try to share with people. It doesn't matter how confident you are in the woods and what you've done in your life and continue to do. Once you see one of these people or beings, you can't stop yourself from seeing those shapes and forms.
No.
I'll bet you when I watch this video, you'll see me looking out the window as you're talking for the last 15 minutes. You can't stop yourself. It's not you're running scared. It's just like, is that happening again? I hope not. I'll keep an eye on it. You know, sucks, but that's the way life is now. There's no escaping.
Well, and you know what? It's no different than when you're elk hunting or moose hunting or deer hunting or whatever. Like when you've been out there for a few days and you're seeing animals, it happens. You're just like, oh, is that a moose? And you stop and you look and you see that figure. Well, there's no difference. It's the exact same thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And then we talked about where I was fishing this past while. I am 110% confident I seen another one of these beings about 2 weeks ago, I think. I'm pretty sure I showed a video, but I was driving down there and you look across to the west side as you're driving.
Yeah.
Get a quick glimpse. And the logging cuts are pretty cleared off. Like there's not even any regrowth in them yet, right? And you know as well as I do, you can't stop yourself from looking at any opening, any rock slide on any highway, any road for the rest of your life. You're as always looking.
No.
And I saw it. It's kind of drizzling rain. And you know what it's like, first light, and you're a little bit late, and you just can't wait to get to that pool, right?
Yep.
And then in the way you don't really want to have confirmation, it might be something as well in the beginning of your day by yourself. So like, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
Just fuck alone. And then I
Yeah.
glanced over, I'm like, whoa. It's just like that. Whoa. And then you drive down and then you're out of sight looking across, which is about 250 right above where I'm going.
Oh, fuck.
Whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You can't, why stop? I know they're there anyways. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know they're there. But I get out of my truck, said it out loud. Just leave me alone, man. I'm just here to I don't want to see you. I don't want to be scared. I don't want nothing to do with you. I'm going fishing. And then I put my head down, walk through all that willow and the alder and all the shit in the bottom. Cause you know, it's springtime, you can see for a ways, right? I don't need to see for a ways. I don't need to see for a ways in the timber. I just look down at the trail and I walk down to the river.
One foot in front of the other, eh?
Yeah. And then you look at the pool and you try to get yourself focused on the excitement of steelhead fishing and you try to stay there. And I try to keep my eyes on my float instead of looking in the timber right there all along above the float. I try not to. And it's just a fact of life. Some people may be laughing hearing this, but a shit pile of people listening to me know exactly what I'm talking about. And there's going to be a shit pile of people that go, I wouldn't even go fishing anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then anyway.
Well, it's funny. It's funny. Like I had a few people reach out to me on my channels and really good, like comments saying like, you know,
whole sentence is gone. You're breaking it up
the wrong way. Like, you know,
totally
maybe they're just letting you know that they're there, or maybe, and like one guy said something like, maybe they, oh man, you got me there now?
Right now.
Right now? Got me.
Start that whole spiel again.
So what I was saying is,
people reaching out to you on your channel.
yeah, I had a few people reaching out saying like, and like nice comments, good things, saying like, you know, maybe they trust you and these beings, and maybe they're just letting you know that they're there. Like if they wanted to harm, they probably would and could, so that got me to thinking, and it actually I kind of went, yeah, you know what, maybe you're right. So like I'm listening and listening to you and listening to my buddy out there, going, okay, maybe you're right. And you know, like honestly, man, a week and a half ago, if you'd have said, hey, do you want to go up there tomorrow and go fishing? I said, fucking not a chance. I'm done. But now I'm kind of like, yeah, maybe it is all right, right? Maybe it's, I don't know. It's just in the heat of the moment, it's a different story.
Well, it'd be
You
interesting
know,
to go for a hike with your buddy if you wanted
yeah, yeah. Well, that's what he said. He goes, I haven't been in there since they deactivated the road. He goes, I won't hike that far for a fish.
to.
But who knows? Maybe I'll get him in there.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought about it. I thought, well, if I got the invite, would I go just for the hike? I don't know. I would, maybe. Well, I probably would. Just, I think I don't need. I don't know. It's confusing. The way you feel about it's kind of confusing. It's like,
It is, dude. I know exactly what you're going to say. Yeah. You don't need confirmation. You don't like, why go there? And I'm the same way. Like I want to go back, but I don't want to go back to hear more bang. And I want to go back and go fishing.
well, yeah. I mean, if I was to go just for a hike in there for the hell of it to experience, and then I'm thinking to myself, to experience what? To experience, say, to let them know that I know, and then possibly have them decide to let me know every once in a while I'm out in the woods afterwards. Hey, you came and you want to come and say hi to us. Now I'm going to come and say hi to you every time you go steelhead fishing.
Yeah. You don't need that.
No, I don't need it. But then again, well, if it isn't a bad thing, then I don't know. Fuck, I don't fucking know. Who knows? I don't know.
Well, yeah. Right.
No,
Yeah.
that's where you got to let your gut decide everything, right? If you're confused between your ears, let your gut decide everything because the gut's
Yeah.
right. But
Yeah.
if they want to be left alone, okay, fine. But if
Yeah.
I just got I got a problem with being told I can't do something, go somewhere. I got a big problem with that. I don't give a shit what it is. I just be like, what? So I think if it was from that
Yeah.
angle, if I was somewhere where I grew up enjoying the outdoors, hunting and fishing, and something came along and said, hey, get the fuck out of here, I know my attitude would probably be like, fuck you. Right? I don't want nothing to do with you. Why do I gotta leave? You leave.
Fuck you. Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows, right? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, if somebody wants to win the
Yeah.
intimidation contest, they're gonna win it.
That's right. Well, remember you and I last time we chatted or whatever, we are like, imagine if you just said, if you yelled back, fuck you, you pricks, and fuck off or whatever. And I thought about, but like the heat of the moment, man, that was the last thing I was going to fucking say.
Yeah.
Like I yelled, but I didn't yell that. And I probably didn't sound very intimidating when I yelled. I probably sound like a fucking scared little kid, but I don't know. You know what? Maybe we'll see what happens here late spring or early summer. We'll get together and go for a walk in there. We'll see.
Yeah. So
What could possibly go wrong, right?
Well, that's the thing, is nobody's going missing around here. Nobody's getting physically attacked. Nobody's geting injured. Nobody's showing up with an arm ripped off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Unless your buddy is probably going to have a little more detail on that topic. If there is more detail, he's probably got more than we would know about.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm sure he wouldn't be saying to me, don't be afraid. I'm sure, you know, if there was some shit that went down out there, he's not going to tell me, don't be scared. I think they're good ones. Like, I think there's probably a lot more conversation to be had with him, but I mean, I think you're in the same boat. If the fuckers wanted us dead, there's been opportunities to have us dead. The amount of time we spend out in the bush and in their territory.
Oh God, humans are so easy, man. Humans are so easy. Good God, we are so helpless and stupid.
So easy.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, there's a few people out there.
No kidding.
There's a few people out there that I'd love to talk to. I love listening to people big time. I just want it because that's where you get your best knowledge, right? And especially if they're nearby, like here. But I'm not a researcher. I'm not knocking you. Go research what you want to other people. I don't give a shit what you do. I'm just not into it. I don't need to go out and actively seek out. I already know where I can find these beings. I know who they are. I know I could with confidence, and so could you, with confidence, I could put myself within 300 or 500 meters guaranteed to one of these beings in about, I'll bet you I could do it by the end of tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't have that desire. I don't have that burning urge. There's
No.
nothing pushing me to do that anymore. I did it when I was young and dumb. I'm good. You want to
Yeah.
share? We can share. You want to say hi from a distance? I'll wave back at you and I'll keep fishing.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to chase me and terrorize me and my girl or animals or anything? I'm going to put every hole I can in every one of your heads if I have to.
Yeah.
As I'm sure they carry themselves the same way, which is fair
Yeah.
enough, right? It's fair. It's
Yeah.
just your average male talking. Doesn't matter what species. I mean, I'm sure if I went out there looking, I can't wait. As soon as I see one of these things, I'm going to dump him and cut his head off and take it back to town. I would expect them to do something to me pretty nasty, right?
You're not going to make it very far, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. I had a buddy of mine who should come over here the other day, fishing guide, ex-logger. And he even grabbed my book. He wanted my Sasquatch book from a few years ago. But he came over yesterday and I was talking to him about somebody just seen something around here, and he's looking at me with a comical look on his face the whole time, like I'm talking like I'm a clown. Which doesn't upset me the slightest. I don't get offended. I don't give a shit. But it's weird. It's just really weird for me to watch a grown man who's in the woods who trusts me.
Yeah.
And his brain isn't going to even let him ask a question on the topic in a serious tone. His brain's not going to do it.
No.
It's not. And it's just really weird to observe that. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
It's really weird to see somebody that you respect as an outdoorsman, a skilled outdoorsman, a lifetime of the outdoors. And it's weird to watch, and I don't give a shit. I'm going to call it that. It's weird to watch that flaw in a human's brain live. You know what I mean? It's just really weird for me now.
Yeah.
It's like I said before.
I think that's that fear factor. Like, I think that's that fear thing, don't you? Like, I think people are just so fucking scared to, like, some people anyways, I think they're just so scared to go, like, really? Like, and I think especially because I got a buddy of mine that I hunt with, and he's the same way. Like, he's like, come on, really? Like, you know, has that happened to you? And I'm like, yeah, man. Like, you think I'm going to make up seeing a fucking 800-pound, 9-foot hairy fucking thing running across the fucking mountain? You think, like, I'm not going to tell you that if it ain't true. You ask me a question, I'm going to give you the fucking truth. And he's like, I just can't understand it. And I'm like, but I sense like he's a good friend, right? And I talking to him, it's like he's scared. It's like he's scared to go, okay, I guess I'm fucking hunting with them things out there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are just scared of it, scared of the truth.
Yeah, I got a couple of buddies, lifelong hunters, A-type guys, but they're really intelligent guys, and they used to kind of have that reaction. But then I finally showed him my buddy. I forget what I showed him a good photograph for that video. I think a photograph, and then his reaction went like this. He goes, "No, I didn't want to see that," like that. And then I knew, yes, it is funny here, but it wasn't funny at the time, and I actually felt bad. So I'm like, oh shit, the topic scares the shit out of him. That's why he did not want to acknowledge it. But so I've noticed that flavor in a lot of people's reactions is that when it confirms, they don't want to have to accept it as real. They don't want to. No, I don't. No, they're not. They're not. No, they're not. Right. But then there's another flavor of character, and it's hard to say this without insulting people. There's another flavor of person out there, friends of mine that I respect, but there's a lot of people out there who are, how can I say this? I don't even know how to say it without being insulting, but it's like almost like they're simple in a way. And one thing I've found with that's similar in character with this characteristic I'm trying to describe gently, tiptoeing, is there the guys that are engulfed with sports and sit there watching sports in the tube. They drink beer all the time, and they do the exact same thing with their life all the time. There's almost like they are on program, and their brains aren't only not able to pick this up, but their brains are also not able to pick up a lot of other shit.
Yeah.
Wait, I hope I'm making sense. Do you
No,
know what I mean?
totally making sense. They like that. And again, I don't watch TV, so I don't watch the news. I don't watch TV because it's all it's fake. It's all bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
like
Teach
I mean,
their own.
other than whatever scores
Yeah.
a hockey game, you know what I mean? Like, other than real, yeah, to each their own for sure. I mean, I choose to, I choose to go out for a hike in the mountains and look for elk tracks or deer tracks or sheds or whatever. That's the way I choose to spend my time. But I mean, that I get what you're putting down. That there's more real reality as opposed to altered reality by
Yeah.
not opening your mind.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
like I said a long time ago, I'm more amazed watching human beings than I am about this topic of these people being able to exist beside us in the timber. I'm more amazed watching human beings going through life and being bewildered. But I'm just trying to take note that a lot of the people that react is because of fear, and there's another flavor of person out there that is not going to entertain this topic no matter what because their brain just can't. It
Yeah.
can't. Even if
Yeah.
I, like you said to him, like, you trust me with his life, tell him flat. So just so you know, they got the DNA. And he still keeps the comical look on his face like you're trying to, like he's waiting for the punchline. And then I'm just like,
Yeah.
holy fuck, dude, your brain. There's nothing I can say, and I don't try to push it, and I don't need to
No.
try to convince him, but I take note as I watch the humans bumble through life. Okay, there's a flavor of brain that I know. Just do not even attempt to talk about it. Period.
No.
Because that guy's brain, it ain't picking up shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't process it.
Yeah, fair enough, whatever. But it would be
Yeah.
fun as just
Well,
for.
and
Go ahead. You broke up.
could you imagine if one of those people actually ran into one?
That's what I was just gonna say. Wouldn't it be fucking awesome? Like for me on my study of human beings, I'd be like, oh my god, that'd be so. And of all the people that would, this guy probably would, because he's usually out there in the Klanawa and shit, looking for sheds and doing all the same shit. And he did say, well, I've heard some noises that didn't belong in the woods before, but I didn't even push that with him because I already know that his brain's not picking it up, and I got no time anymore. Like time's valuable. I got no time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like as I said, I would pay huge for one to come up and slap its dick off the side of his head just for a second in the forest, and then get to see his face. But you know what? I'll bet you that personality, that character, is probably the same one that sells everything that has anything to do with the outdoors and moves into a condo in West Van.
That's right.
And won't even walk near a hedge afterwards, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
probably for sure. That would send a character that character would probably go into freaking shock. That's probably the character that doesn't talk about it ever again if they saw it standing beside their buddy.
Nope.
That's probably the same. I'll bet
They'd
you that's
never
the same
speak.
characteristic.
Yep. They'd never speak of it.
Yep, that's one that isn't going to speak of it ever again. That is
Ever
too.
again.
Fucking teeth. That is too, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
That's the one.
I agree.
Maybe he has seen one. I don't know, right? He's priced well, like, shut up, shut up. I don't want to hear
Shut up.
this.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, fuck. Oh my god. Fuck,
boy.
this lifetime is such a freaking crazy ride, man.
It sure is, dude. Holy shit.
It is it freaking
It sure is.
freaking bizarre. Good god. This all makes you wonder. Well, I don't know. I was talking talking offline, and it's like I can't stop myself. I can't stop myself from bucking against bullshit. I can't. Like, I can't stop myself. I don't know why, but I can't.
Yeah.
What do? You just go with it. Go with your gut and keep going. For some strange reason, we're doing this. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's right. Yeah, exactly.
For some strange reason, keep the more they say not a chance you're bullshitting, the more I'm like, oh yeah, motherfucker, I'll be the last one talking. I will be the last one talking over top of your ass.
That's right.
I don't know. But anyway, so when are you taking off next?
Well, we're heading out first thing tomorrow morning, and then got this trip down south for a couple of weeks, and then it's time to get rigging ready for salmon fishing, halibut fishing, and get the boat ready and get all that shit going. And then I got sheep hunt planned and all that good stuff. So,
So where you
August
guys
for sheep?
Oh yeah, where you guys stand? I at that lake? Do you stay in a cabin or house or what?
No, we take our cargo trailer. We took our wall tent one year, but we just
Oh, yeah.
take our cargo trailer. We got it built out like with a kitchen and bunk beds and wood stove and everything. So we just park the cargo trailer right at the lake and hang out.
Perfect. Yeah, that's
It's a pretty cool area.
well, it's right in the hotbed too,
Yeah.
right? You're in ground zero there too.
It is. Yeah, I know.
Big time.
Yeah. I got my cameras with me, so yeah. I'm just hoping to go fishing. That's all I want to do. I'm gonna pull a play out of your handbook. I'm gonna pull a play out of your handbook, and every morning I'm just gonna say, "Leave me alone. Just let me fish."
It's working for me. Well, it's working for you to a point, but it's like I was saying, I seen that thing across the way driving the other morning, right? And then
Yeah.
and then I didn't look when I drove home, I didn't look back across intentionally because I just didn't want to. But then I couldn't help myself and I had the dog the next time I went. And I glanced over, wasn't there.
No shit. So
Yeah,
there was some. So there was some.
110%. It looked like it's probably 12 footish. If anything, probably leaning against something or squatting against something. And
Right.
jet black, a little bit of charcoal shine to it. And then but big. Like big. There's not
Big.
a question. It was bigger than it was way bigger than any stump in that entire cup log and about 6 times higher. Anyways, it is what it is. But and I was just like this, driving along. Whoa, keep on driving.
Yeah.
Quick, good enough. You already know what you're looking for in your subconscious anyway. And then when I drove over the hill, oh shit. There's nothing.
It's gone.
Back. Right? Back. And then whatever. I already got 3 of my good friends, seeing them standing in the river there, right where I'm fishing. Anyway, I don't give a shit, whatever. But then that day, we start off, I drive up an old dead-end road and park the truck, and then we hike into the river, and then we walk the river down for about a mile. Maybe yeah, about a mile. And then we're coming up out of the riverbank in through the big timber, looking west, and all of a sudden a big long howl. It's hard to describe because it wasn't an elk and it wasn't a wolf, right? Well, there you go. And we heard, and we both stopped dead in our tracks. And Ruby is beside me. She stopped like this, and we're both looking on the same angle up to the next hill on the other side of the main road. And I'm like, whoa. And then all of a sudden she swings her head and looks up in the trees and starts going ballistic, growling with all of her hair on it.
You're kidding.
No. And I'm like, fuck. So I'm looking up in the trees and they're not thick. Like you can see up, I'm right on the edge of there's a cut block right there. So there's about 3 or 4 trees wide left along that side of the river to the cut block. And then we're in the timber, but we're about 3 trees into the mature timber looking up beside the cut block, right? So it's wide open. We're not looking at a big canopy. Like if I look up there, if there's a grouse up there, I'm going to see it.
Yeah.
Probably 20-inch trees, 24-inch trees. Anyway, up, that way, right? 24 that way.
Yeah.
And there's nothing all the way up the trunks to the top. But what I'm saying is there's fucking nothing up there. I'm not seeing shit. And the dog is locked. Freaking out. I'm like, oh my God.
Wow.
Right? I'm like, okay, whatever. And then, I took her out and then we started walking out to the main road. And then I just caught a tail end of a little bit of a murmur on the other side. I'm like, whatever, I don't give a shit. And then we got out to the main. And then I walked right down the middle of the main all the way back up to the truck. And the dogs kept looking back. I'm like, come on, let's just go. We don't care. Yeah. Okay? We don't care. We're okay. and then you got to go back into the grown in road part to walk back to the truck. And then the anxiety hits again. You're like, you don't go along. And then we got in the truck and then we left. And that was it. But
well, that's a little unnerving, man, when the dog goes bananas like that, because they don't fucking make mistakes. They know if there's something there.
Yeah, she's a virgin too, right? She's only what is she, 1.5 years? So
right.
whatever.
So
whatever it is, what it is.
Something.
Yeah, I normally don't fuck. I mean, I usually have 2 or 3 things happen a year, whatever. I don't even normally. I mean, people have seen I've just got shit thrown at me when I'm making videos. Right, I had
Right.
shit
Yeah.
thrown at me 2 times for sure, maybe more. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
I've had I've had it happens. Whatever. They just give me little tickles to let me know they're there. Whatever. But for the most part,
Yeah.
for the shit that I do, they leave me alone pretty good. I think.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
far.
And you know, I think I'm the same. Like it's not like people go, oh, that's crazy. You know, like it's like, you know, every time you're out, I'm like, no, fuck, it's not every time I'm out. Like I'm out all the time. Like I'm either steelhead fishing or lake fishing or hiking or hunting or like I'm out so much. And to have maybe 2 things a year happen, that's nothing, man.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Like,
Yeah.
no, it's nothing.
God, what I think I did 2, 4, 6, 8 weeks. I could hit 8 weeks up north all total last year. Right? 8
Yeah.
weeks every day, sun up to sundown. Well, oh yeah, I had that thing. Okay, well, yeah, I had that scare.
You had that when you're in your tent.
Yeah, right now it's not like, oh well, see, I don't even do the tally. It's like, oh well, I got my knife returned in the tent, and you seen that thing in the slash, like dogs growling, howling across. There's 6
Fuck it.
a couple times, but in ratio to
Yeah.
the other days out
Adding
there,
up.
it's nothing. Right? It's nothing.
Yeah, no, exactly. And hey, we're still here to talk. We're still here to talk about it. So
Yeah,
whatever.
that's why it's like it's almost I don't know. It's almost confusing why we get so scared so easy when it's shit's like when your shit that shit's going down. Like I had the exact same thing going down. I was trapping wolves, right? Up past Meager.
Yeah.
I had this exact same thing. I was freaking shitting myself. One's above my sled, and one's above on the right, banging on those trees. I'm like, fuck. You just like shit, you know? And they're close, like I said. Like, well, the one was right above my sled. The other one might have been a maybe 100 yards from me, maybe less. But there's a swamp there too that he had to bang across.
Right.
But yeah, I lived what you lived,
You
and that's not fun. That's intimidating.
you feel pretty insignificant, pretty fucking helpless. You know.
Yeah, it would be handy to know if that act is an act of, hey, what do you do? Or
Yeah.
if it is definitely a get out of here.
Yeah.
I take it as a get out of here. So far, I just
So, so did I.
what's up? You guys want to have a beer? Is that hey, give me 2 taps for yes or 1 for an FO. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Imagine being
Yeah,
able
I'm
to
gonna
be
ask.
that. You imagine being able to be that calm of mind and go, okay, I think I'm picking up what you guys are putting down. Hope you fellas are having a good day today. And I got some extra cookies in my backpack. Give me 3 taps for yes. You know what I mean? Imagine if you could do that.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, not me either. Maybe your buddy will. The buddy
You know what? I'm gonna trust me. I'm gonna grill him with some questions because he made some pretty bold statements. So I'm gonna hit him up on it a little bit more for sure.
Oh God, I'd love to be on a Nick. Yeah, if you can line it up, if you want to go, if he's in, let's go sit on a log or something and bullshit. I'm all over it. I don't have to videotape it. I don't give a shit. Just to bullshit.
Yeah,
Just
for
I just
sure.
like soaking up the knowledge, man. That's all I want to do is soak up the knowledge.
Yeah.
And that sounds
Well,
like
maybe we'll try and line it up when you're out at your area fishing there, and if you're staying out for a night or 2 or whatever, maybe we'll try to line it up. We can just go to his place.
yeah, I'll just rip
You know,
over
you
it.
can just zip across, park at the marina, and yeah,
all over it.
fuck yeah,
Yeah,
we'll sit at his place and hear what he has to say. Yeah,
until he goes.
you betcha, man.
Until he goes. Oh, you want to go up there? And that's when you go like this.
I don't know. Do you?
What's wrong
Do you
with
wanna
this
go?
right here, right now?
Exactly.
Anyway,
Exactly.
all right, let's get out of here. I gotta head to the airport tomorrow. Damn it! I'm not even.
Well, you have a good trip, man. Be safe, and we'll touch base when you get back.
Yeah, you too, man. Good luck fishing.
You
Hope
bet.
nothing
Take care,
slaps-
pal.
Hope nothing slaps your trailer. Well, I
I'll
do.
take some good.
Don't.
I'll take some good pictures either way.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later
Okay,
on.
buddy.
Later.
Take care. Okay, bye.